Hello, Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm doing a paid review. This is for Jay. And remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Quick wristwatch check. Patek Philippe. It's a grand classique from Patek Philippe. Don't forget, look in the description for 10 ways you can keep me full-time on YouTube. Man cannot live on Google Ads alone. Here we go from Jay. Hey Archie, cheer up, you bastard. Let's do a paid review. Sending you $30 and you're cheap at twice the price, brother. So let's talk Journe. Tell me something beyond the limited reviews you've given. What's the deal on reliability? I've read maybe problems are for more complicated ones like the annual calendar. What about price? You can't get a handle on it. Forget chrono. With a Patek, you can look up auction results and think that sets a floor. But Journe is all over the map. Think they will hold value? What about the special editions? The Ruthenium limited to 99. The Black Dial boutique watches. Would that be the best way to get the best resale value? What else? Would you ever buy a Journe? I'm older than you, overweight, white. I know I'm not cool enough, but it felt so right wearing it. Went to European Watch Co yesterday and wore the Octo Luno automatic for a good 15 minutes while the sales guy was busy. It felt really good. Unbelievable. Couldn't take it off once I strapped that bad boy on. Here are some pics. Here's some pics from the store. Woozers. Okie dokie. Now, I gotta tell you, what do I think? Okay, so this is, I'm doing a review. Okay, thank you so much. I've been really down. Believe you me, really down. Now, I gotta talk to you. FP Journe, I've had a complete rethink. I went to Singapore. I took my world time, as you do, and guess what? One of my fans was wearing an FP Journe, the blue. Chronometer, the blue, you know, the base model in titanium. And I gotta tell you, that was a beautiful, beautiful watch. The workmanship on this piece is amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, you are asking about reliability. Look, I haven't heard, I must admit, I've got a few fans who've got FP Journes. I haven't heard anything there. I've never owned one myself. I don't know if there's, I can't imagine it's any worse or better than any other brand. Look, every brand has problems. Patek has had problems. You go on the Patek forums, you're always going to get complaining whingers there, you know. As far as the price goes, yeah, I understand. They're very limited production type watches, and very, very cool. Very cool. Do I think they will hold value? Okay, that's a very good question. And you know what I got to tell you? You want to hold value? I'll give you some advice. Steel Sports Rolex. Let me say it again. You want to hold value on watches? Steel Sports Rolex Modern. Okay? Modern Steel Sports Rolex. Modern Steel Sports Rolex. Okay, because the FP Journe, I got to tell you, the problem with these boutique specialty brands is watches are all about snobbery. You know, you buy, it's very aspirational type purchase. And they can be incredibly clicky, okay? And then, you know, you have your brands like Patek, Vacheron, Audemars, IWC, you know, all these brands there, it's all their snobbery. They all do things. They try their hardest and they do things at a certain level. The problem is, I mean, seriously, FP Journe, the market for a buyer is limited. Okay, now that's not because there's anything wrong with an FP Journe watch. Quite the contrary. But I got to tell you, I've been trying to sell my World Time for personal reasons. I've had time waster after time waster. I had a loser in the Midwest of America. I had a doctor who was looking at it in Florida who just couldn't pull the trigger. And I've had a few losers in Australia look at it. And the real reality is, let me explain it to you. Once you have a watch over 20,000 US dollars, that is a lot of hurt. That's a lot of hurt. You know how many lies they got to say? You know how many kitchen makeovers and handbags and shoes they got to buy to be able to buy something over 20,000 US dollars? It ain't pretty. So when you move into these super ultra expensive brands, it gets very small market. Now, to overcome a small market, you can reduce your price, which is not what you want to hear for retained value. So the honest answer is, I think you've got to be very, very sure that you're going to like the watch personally, because if you're a flipper, you buy something, you use it for a bit, then you want to flip it to get the next piece. I've done that. Don't buy FP Journe, okay? It's not the right brand. You could easily do your ass on that brand. You could possibly make some money too, but the flip side is you're more likely to do your ass, okay? It's a very special boutique brand, okay? It's, how do I say this? It's so, I mean, you have any idea how hard it is to sell a Patek Philippe? That's probably the greatest upper luxury brand there is, Patek Philippe. You think they're easy to sell? Well, FP Journe is even a smaller group. FP Journe sort of, they're priced, I mean, you can get some good buys in Patek, okay? This Patek here, I'm trying to sell for 20,000 US dollars. There's still profit in it for me at 20,000 US. Do you understand? I bought it exceptionally well. I bought this watch exceptionally well, okay? And I can't sell the bloody thing, can I? Okay, you understand? So, you think FP Journe is easier to sell? Ooh, that's even smaller market, at least some wanker has read Jack Walsh's biography. So, I know what a Patek is. They heard of Charlie Sheen. Well, you know, FP Journe, there are less buyers. So, I think if you're interested, if you're talking about what will hold value, man, that means don't touch FP Journe. That's like saying, oh, what supercar's gonna, well, that's the wrong sort of buyer for the car, okay? You really shouldn't be saying that sort of thing, okay? What about the special editions? Well, look at Panerai special editions. I'm sure they can artificially hype them, but you know how dear these things are? So, no. The Black Dial boutique watches, look, this is all a wank. It's all a Ponzi scheme. It's all a wank. Now, they are quality watches. They're cool and they're nice, but you're talking about resale value? Man, they lease some of the most expensive real estate in the world. They have the most poshest of stores. You don't have any idea what the rent they pay. So you're going to be able to sell it easily without this posh premises. And, man, these are hard to sell. Okay? You were saying, what else? Would I ever buy an FP Journe? I love the brand. The brand is incredible. The quality is amazing. You've got to see it in your own hands to really appreciate it. Would I ever buy one? No, of course not. Of course not. Because I can tell you now, Patek is impossible to sell. I can't sell this Patek. I'm trying to sell it for 20,000 US dollars. That's a bargain. Not one taker. I had a dickhead in the Midwest, an Asian guy, Midwest, Minnesota. Loser. A doctor from Florida. Not, just couldn't cross over. I had a few losers in Australia. They don't have the bickies. And FP Journe is even smaller market there, okay? Remember, something's only worth what someone's going to pay for it, okay? So, no, I wouldn't go there. You've got to be, this market now is terrible. The watch market, if you're going to ask me about values, retain values, my advice to you is steal Rolex Sports. Steal Rolex Sports. You're not going to have retained. You go into these specialty boutique brands, FP Journe. My God. My God. You think these things are going to sell easily? You're talking about retained value. Come on, man. I think personally, Patek is dangerous enough. Okay, I can't flick this Patek. I cannot flick it. Cannot flick it at all. You think an FP Journe would be easier to flick? They are amazing watches. They are cool watches. But I don't. It's hard enough to sell a Patek, let alone an FP Journe. So I like them. I like them, but you got to understand these watches here. Impossible. You want to talk about, if you're asking these sort of questions, my advice to you is modern Rolex Steel Sports. Rolex Steel Sports. That's what you're going to have for retained value. See, most men folk out there, let me explain it to you politely, okay? They're wieners. They have a wiener number, okay? The wiener, they could pay 5. The wife would let them get away with it. They could go 10. Oh, starting to get naggy. Going to 15. Oh, what are you doing? Just one. You're going to 20,000, 25, 30. Are you for real? You never. These bitches won't let you buy watches for $30,000. Man, the wiener factor. Okay, so come on, man. Work with me, not against me. It's just not going to work. I love FP Journe. They're great. They're amazing. The bitches won't let you do it. You want to stay with the bitches, okay? So if you're talking about retained value, Steel Sports Rolex. It's simple. Steel Sports Rolex. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archie Luxury. Tell me what you guys think of that.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece. We adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.